Ciao Juventini of the world, my name is Giuseppe, welcome back on the channel, I hope you are all doing well. It's the 30th of December 2024, it's probably, no, it is surely, no, the last time that we go live for 2024 because tomorrow, give me a bit of time with my family because I want to spend time with my family to go from 2024 to 2025. Forgetting a bit about Juventus, that's also important sometimes, so tomorrow will not go live. But there will be a video in the morning. Of course, there will be a video in the morning because a lot of things are happening. Some we will discuss about now, immediately. Danilo, Zirkzee, Antonio Silva. There are some bomba news that we can discuss now about Mercato, but you heard it. I didn't put the Mercato is crazy song because I also wanted to spend that second part of the video together with the people that are watching, celebrating that from old to new. Maybe with remembering some beautiful memories of 2024, some harsh memories of 2024, and then our wishes for 2025 for Juventus. So it will be a half and half tweet. Of course, I would have really loved to be here after a victory against Fiorentina because, of course, Cagliari, Monza, Fiorentina, where you winning Coppa Italia 2 in a row in Serie A would have been much more joyful. Our team is 6th. Our team has problems. Our team is in a project where a lot of people already stopped believing in, which at the end you turn the pot how much you want. The only thing that matters in football, it is the result. This is something that I learned, that I discovered, that I believed in always. The result is at the end the most important thing, but I was convinced about it, I was sure, but I needed a confirmation from the people that said to me, no, Beppe, the result, yeah, but no, we can wait as long as we change the coach. Because you will see with the coach it will be something else, and even if it's not like that, patience, calma, start of a project. And the same people today, they don't believe in what they were saying. They are showing me that it's not true. If the results are not there, we give up. We give up, a lot of people, because the result first and then all the rest. Offensive football, champagne football, tiki-taka, the patterns, the vertical plays, the ball possession, the expected goals, all of that come later. First of all, the result. And Juventus at the moment is not bringing result. So let's go with the hellos. The first one, I'm happy that this is the first one today. It is Sir Raz, grandissimo Sir Raz, that inspired me today. With a beautiful one. Let's talk about Zirkzee. Yeah, we'll speak about Zirkzee in a second. That inspired me today for is it funny? Is it not funny? I don't know, but I think it's a reality. A lot of people reacted like that. Beppe, it is really a reality where you see that this is us before the game and this is us after the games in 2024 from Juventus Football Club. Disaster. What a disaster. So thank you, Sir Raz, for always being here. Super happy for Sir Raz to be a member of this channel. Ciao Acrepi, that is really a lot present in the last few weeks, the last few months. Thank you for all your comments, my friend. Naruto, always there as well. Thank you, Naruto. Ciao Mufid, grande Mufid, the loyal one. Bogdan, another loyal one. Grandissimo Bogdan. Grande. Ciao Juventini, ciao Dino. Zirkzee is coming, because he was subbed out today, so he's coming. You want to go immediately to Zirkzee? We will speak about Zirkzee. We will start with Zirkzee. Alain, bonjour, Alain. Oh, that's a long time ago. Ciao, Alain Mikalev. Ciao. He's saying, maybe we can steal Dani Olmo as a free agent. Just a dream. Well, I have bad news for you. Apparently, Barcelona was able to sell 20 VIP spots in their stadium. No, or 10, I don't know how much apart. Maybe, I think it's 10 or 10 skybox. I'm not sure. What is falling actually? Because I had a scarf and all the peluche are there. Maybe on my head, I don't know, guys. Anyway, so they were able to sell a few VIP spots, let's call it like that, for 20 years. So they sold, it's still their ownership, but for 20 years they were sold for huge big price, and that will help them. Also Araujo, Christensen are on the market. So pay attention, because I think that at the end they will find a solution to keep Dani Olmo. Unfortunately, because he's a fantastic player. Buongiorno Endrit, ciao Pecci Pecci, grandissimo Pecci. Benfica reject Juve's offer for Antonio Silva, plus loan of 5 million euro, plus 30 million option to buy was the offer. Di Marzo. Yeah, Antonio Silva as well. We'll speak about, let me check, Heitamatics, Emiliano, Pavel, Neven is there, grande Neve, Wolf D's, ciao Jim, ciao Natasha, ciao Sasha as well in the chat. Dan Avola, Don Simon, mamma mia, you're a lot today. You're a lot today. That makes me extremely happy. Maria, if we can get Tomori or Hancko and Antonio Silva and Zirkzee on loan in January, we are going to be much better. and. Woo, that's a lot, huh? Yeah, for 20 years. For 20 years. Disaster. Yeah. Yeah, it's true, huh? It's true, huh? Last info was that the second court rejected Barcelona appeal at the moment, but they have a few weeks to make it in order. Let's see what they will be able to do. Would be strange because he leaves for free. If they are not able to, they will find a solution. It's not the first time that is happening with Barcelona. At the end, they always find a solution. How? I don't know, but they will always find a solution. Tinci, grande Tinci. Ciao Beppe, I'm still laughing from that Insta picture. This one. But it's true, it's really true, it's the reality. Grande Tinci, 30 months as a member, thank you. Like Tariq, 38 months, that's the max that you can have at the moment. 38 months is when we started with the membership, so special thanks to Tinci, 30 months, but also to Tariq, 38 months. Another great year together, optimistic about 2025. You're probably one of the only ones to have that optimism, and also to spread the words about your optimism, because not a lot of people at the moment are that optimism. Will we go immediately to the news of Zirkzee? Well, Zirkzee, today they played Manchester United. They played against Newcastle in the Old Trafford. Zirkzee played, and after 32 minutes he went straight off and immediately to the tunnel. Mark Goldbridge, that is the GJustjuve of Manchester United, with one small difference. He has 2 million subscribers. We have 35. He started before me. He cracked the code. An example. You can like, you can dislike. Anyway, when you have 2 million on YouTube with that consistency, creating a company with people that are working for the company that you are able to pay, you are an example. So, grande Mark, the GJustjuve of Manchester, that is telling us is off, and it will probably be the end of his United career. Probably the end of the career. Of course, it's Mark Goldbridge that is saying it. It's not the management of United, it's not the coach of United. Even if the coach of United, when he speaks about Zirkzee, he looks like he's speaking about his mother-in-law. He's always speaking so bad about him. Juventus, we know it, they are looking for opportunities on the January market, we know it. If Bremer and if Cabal would have been here today healthy, I would say that on the 1st of January, Zirkzee would have been a Juve player. Without ifs, without yes, but 100%. Zirkzee would have been a Juve player on the 2nd of January, because the transfer market is officially not open yet, because it opens on the 2nd. Okay? People are saying, what is popping? No, it's the tea, guys. You know, I stopped with coffee because I was feeling so bad. So, and I stopped since 4 days, and I still feel a bit dizzy, but much better. But the problem is not the coffee. The problem is the excess of coffee. So pay attention, guys. Drink coffee, It's not don't drink coffee, but And you know it, guys. People are saying get Delap in the tea. I don't know if my wife bought that, guys. No idea. And now she went to bed, so I cannot ask. Tomorrow I will ask if she bought that Delap. Boo. I know about you can put some what's the name of the bees there? Le miel, honing. I don't know how you say in English. Honing. Boo. I really don't know how you say. Honey, bravo, honey. I know honey, but Delap, I don't know what it is. Anyway, I will try tomorrow. I will ask what it means. Delap for the tea. At the moment, I have Morocco, I think. I think I have Morocco. Morocco mint. Really good. Really good. I don't know. I will check on Google later. That being said, can we go back to what we were speaking about? We were speaking about Zirkzee. So I told you, with Bremer and Cabal, yes. The problem is that the priorities shifted. Shifted from not anymore a priority in an offensive player, but the priority is defensive player. And not one, but two. And depending who you will spend your money on, how much they will ask you for some loans or the opportunities that you have there, from that moment on, you can go for the remaining budget for a striker, because it makes totally no sense, honestly, according to me, to go for a Zirkzee for 6 months with a clause at, I don't know, 60 million, because we know that we will not be able to sign him permanently. Makes totally no sense. It's out of budget, 60 million a year for Zirkzee. If they ask you 35, boo, but then they are losing money on what they spent 6 months ago. So I really don't know, but apparently, yes, it could be possibly an opportunity. And of course, when these are the things that are happening, Giuntoli is awake, is paying attention, and he knows that that is the opportunity that he was waiting for. A fight. Him probably going out of the Manchester United team. That's the ideal situation, to have the strength on your part. Then I continue to say, and I hope I'm wrong if he joins, that I don't think that Zirkzee is the player for Juve today. I don't think so. But that's question of feeling, question of, I don't know, myself thinking about it. I don't know, guys, what you think about that. Beppe, I shared your channel on Reddit. Juve, thank you. I know that some people there, they know me. Some people like me, some people they do not like me, which is totally fine and correct also. I'm happy when people don't like me either, because that means that at least they have an opinion and they discover the channel once. But thank you. Did it help in growing the channel? Well, we are at the moment at 205, which is 200 more than our yearly objective, even if the objective was quite low. The new objective would be to have a 45. The objective for 2025 that we will not be able to reach it, is 50. I would be extremely happy if in 1 year from now on we reach 50,000 subscribers. So in 1 year from now on the 30th December 2025, if we have 50, that means that we did big, huge things with the channel. Of course, it depends on me. First of all, on me, and then people like Hincapie that are sharing the channel, sharing it on social media, etc., etc. Pay attention, because I receive a message. I've just sent a message, guys. Sorry. I may be having a call about Danilo. I don't think it will happen, guys. It's really late, huh? Wait. We have a call. We have a call. In English, huh? Shh. Listen. Good evening, Luca.
Here we are, guys. You are my man.
No, you are my man to answer the phone at that time. That's incredible.
What are you doing now?
And we are speaking with the GJustjuve community. We are speaking about Mercato. We are speaking about the end of year 2024, the wishes for 2025. And I said, you know what? I will call Luca Monblano and we will ask, where is Danilo? What is happening with Danilo?
But before, you have to explain me why do you call Mercato in Italian way and not in English mode? Why is Mercato is in an international word?
Because can you imagine the song Transfer Market is crazy tonight? It doesn't sound good. It's Mercato is crazy, not Transfer Market is crazy.
Yeah. You're right. Yeah, okay. So go on. Well, you asked me about Danilo.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I understood 1 hour ago, about 1 hour ago, 1 hour and a half, that he was at the airport here in Turin, and he was with his brother. And so one of my men at the airport just asked Danilo, what are you doing here? I'm going to Brazil. And the family is there. So I go to Brazil because I'm free. I'm free to go. So, so he was landing and going through Brazil. And we knew he didn't have the call for Saudi Arabia with Juventus. So his decision is to take some time before deciding what to do. I think it's up to Juventus and eventually Napoli or other sides, because there are two important bids for Danilo from Premier League, but he's keen to go to work with Antonio Conte, so it's up to the clubs, and he had the time to go to Brazil. That's what we understood just 1 hour ago, and that's crazy. This is a crazy situation, I know. Yes, Mercato is crazy. We have the captain going to the other side of the ocean while we're going to Saudi Arabia, and we don't have the backup for our defensive line. And that's strange, but that's the truth. So Danilo is going to be a Juventus player anymore. That's the truth. That's what can we say? It's 3 months we were speaking about the difficulties between this Juventus and Danilo, but I think it's dangerous to accept and move in this situation. But that's the truth. So Danilo is going to Brazil, and he takes the time to have to expect the decision of the affair about Juventus and Napoli, and then we can imagine Danilo really playing for Napoli in the second part of the season, and that's a reality.
That's a big one, huh?
and that's strange, but that's I understand Malta is not worried about this situation.
But does that mean that Giuntoli already has another defender for the 3rd of January, or
No, I don't think so.
Then it's a big risk. Then it's a real big risk, Luca.
Yeah, I think it's a big risk. Just thinking about the Super Cup, but generally, it's a very, very strange situation because it seems we all the time take risks. We don't need risks. We have to be. We need to have our feet straight to the ground. Have many choices, many choices on the defensive lines. We don't have it. I understand McKennie. Malta has told McKennie you're going to be a defender in this part of the season, and Locatelli could be the emergency situation too, and that's how we are going to play this Super Cup. You have to be optimistic, but that's the truth. So Danilo is a former Juventus player.
Luca,
he's not a Juventus player anymore.
I will have a lot of questions tomorrow at 12 p.m. on Juventus, of course.
I have many things to say, so let's meet tomorrow. We are ready.
Grazie, Luca, for the time that you spent with us. We see each other tomorrow at 12. Ciao, Luca.
Ciao.
Guys, I don't know if that already has been leaked or not on social media from other journalists, but here we hear firsthand that Danilo is or was at the airport to go to Brazil to spend time with the family. Tomorrow, the team is flying to Saudi Arabia. That means 100% now, because we knew already from Giovanni Albanese, from Nico Schira, from a lot of journalists that he would not be called up tomorrow. But it's not only he will not be called up, it's also he went to Brazil with the family. The journey of Danilo with Juventus is over. I'm not speaking about the content of what Luca just told us on the phone, but I hope you appreciated the fact also that nearly at 11 p.m. Italian time, we are able to call Luca for 5-6 minutes. Immediately says, Beppe, call me now. We have some news, and then we go. I was not expecting that many info. Let's discuss about that. Daniel, I have a lot of respect for emerging new people that wants to report news. Nick Semeraro is a good guy. He's a good person. I'm sure about that. But it's not one that I want to report here because it's really going cash with the news that is giving without giving any sources. And we know that, for example, last summer, things were not going that well for the news that he was reporting. So I prefer to go with trustable or more trustable journalists. Otherwise, tomorrow I start to write some things on Twitter, and then I become the goat of transfer market because, but he's a good person. Of course, he's a good person. I hope that he will do well and gain his credibility over the years. But until I don't see that he's a credible person with experience of journalists, then that's why I'm not reporting the news of Nick. That is a good person, of course. He's a good person, but I prefer to go at the moment here on the channel more with the traditional one, Gianluca Di Marzio, We have Fabrizio Romano, Romeo Agresti for Juve, Giovanni Albanese. We have Luca Momlano, Juventus, that is doing a fantastic job in anticipating news like Colomwani, for example, etc., etc. Names that went then on the papers like Patrick Schick, etc. But that's something else. Okay, let me think, because there were some messages that I missed. In the meanwhile, it was the new membership of LJJ. Grande, thank you for supporting the channel, my friend LJJ. But also Neven, that upgraded or changed the membership, because now it's 5 months together with us. What are your goals for the channel in 2025? I think that people, they want to speak about Danilo first. So let me park that question, Neven, but thank you. So I saw it. Let me park it. And then I will come back on that. Otherwise, people, they will be bored. We just come from a bomba call with Luca Momblano, and then Andrew McCann, 25 months without even any message. Just Andrew McCann. Neven, if I forget in 15, 20 minutes to answer you that question, please tell me so that I can come back. Bologna lost, apparently good. Look, I'm not celebrating the loss of Bologna. I saw that they were winning 1-0. Apparently they lost. So why? Because, no, guys, don't push me on the 30th of December to celebrate Bologna losing. Because that's really bad. Don't push me that far. Then, at the end of the season, when we miss 5 games and we are that bad in a bad situation, and I'm obliged to celebrate the loss of Bologna, I will do it. But on the 30th of December, if you push me to celebrate the loss of Bologna, mamma mia, attenzione. No, I know it's a reality at the moment. So, to tell you about Danilo, guys, what we heard is that Danilo, in the last few hours, like you see, for example, from Giovanni Albanese, I believe, today, Danilo is out of the team. Fuori rosa. Rosa means out of the team. We can read articles about that. Danilo will not participate to the Super Cup. Do we need to go all the process? I don't know. It's already 3 months that Danilo is on the papers, linked to a lot of clubs. Has been Marseille, has been United, has been Flamengo, has been Saudi Arabia clubs, Al Ittihad, if I'm not wrong, but I can be wrong. It is Napoli recently, even Milan. So a lot of clubs have asked information about Danilo, where after a few days, weeks of stops, after the words of Capitano Danilo, where he said, I don't leave in January, from myself, if Juventus, they still want me, I am here to support the players, to support the team, to support the coach. I am totally at disposal, and I'm not leaving by myself, because I would not leave Juve. After these words, the voices, the rumors, they lowered down. And then after 2 weeks, they came back extremely hard, with one club targeted by Corriere dello Sport and by Gazzetta dello Sport, and even Tuttosport is speaking about it. And you know it, when you're able to connect the dots, then something is really happening. And it is Danilo Napoli, Danilo, Napoli, Danilo. We know the relationship with Manna. We know that Conte would love to have him in his team. Now, what I want to say about it, but I already said it, and I also wrote it today on Twitter, trying to make a recap. Is it possible to make a recap on Twitter? I think it's impossible to make a Twitter, because people can interpret it how they want. And it's difficult to explain everything just on a tweet. Danilo's journey was over, I believe, with Juve since, according to me, the first signs of Danilo that was going towards the end was that change of role towards the 3-man defense, where in a press conference of Champions League, he says, I would love to go in that phase of my career more centrally, where I'm able to see the entire field. And that's, according to me, the beginning of the end, because it's not to be able to see better the field and the 360. It's admitting with beautiful words, I am not anymore the Danilo that is 25 and is able to go up and down on the wing for 90 minutes for 38 games in Serie A. This is what he's telling us. I need to manage myself, and being in that position probably gives me some support on the left, on the right, or at least I have two teammates next to me where I don't need to go up and down the entire game. Like, for example, that first run after 13 seconds that he entered the goal against Napoli, the first game in the Sarri era. This is what he's telling us. That's the beginning of the end. Then he finds his spot in that three-man defense. He's even doing well in terms of performances. And then you have that injury. October 2023, where he comes back. He's obliged to play in the three-man defense, but on the left because Alexandro was over. Because we needed someone there on that left side in the three-man defense where he's doing extremely bad. That partnership Kostic, Danilo was bad. After that injury of October 2023, I've never seen Danilo coming back consistently, and not for one game or so on, but consistently at the level that he had before. He was not a reliability anymore. And that's the second thing where I think, it's over. Then you have a similar story. You have the story of Rabiot. You have the story of Danilo. Two players that were extremely linked to the old management and to the old technical staff. Allegri, staff, but also Manna, management. Rabiot was able to find an agreement with Manna for one more year without Champions League. We all remember that. Rabiot took another decision. A lot of people complained, he doesn't want, he wants to go for more money. No, I think that Rabiot has been consequent in saying, I love Juve, sincerely, but I'm not aligned with the new management and the way they are managing the team. I prefer to not extend. I am free to go wherever I want. Then he didn't find the teams that he wanted. In the beginning, he waited even longer than he found Marseille. Risky decision, he paid the consequences for it. Then now he's doing okay at Marseille with some beautiful performances. Let's see if he will stay or not. I don't care, guys. It's over with Rabiot, so let's not speak too much. But he decided to not go. Danilo wanted to try. He wanted to try one more time with the new management, with the new technical staff. He probably was thinking also Thiago Motta is Brazilian as well. Maybe we'll have that beautiful relationship. We will try. I'm the captain of the team. I have one more year plus a possible renewal extension. We know it. Thiago Motta immediately, when Danilo is still in Brazil, in holiday, Thiago Motta says immediately at the microphone, no, Danilo, he needs to rest, he needs to stay until the end of this holiday because he needs to have his energy. For the captain, we will see. We have a captain that is Danilo, then for the rest, we will see where there was no real conviction about he is our captain without any discussion. That's where you feel. Then, technically, right back was already over for Danilo. Center back, not in the team of Thiago Motta because he has not the technicalities, the skills that Thiago Motta is asking for a defender. And we saw it in the beginning because he doesn't play games until September for the first appearances as a starter. And then we see a Danilo that is actually a player that when he was called at a certain moment, he was obliged after the injury of Bremer Cabal to play. Did really bad performances this season. Or you say, as a right back, he's not working. As a center back, he's not working. The only beautiful performance came, in 2-3 games in a row. Manchester City, there was Aston Villa where he played well, and the game in between, I don't remember which game it was. I don't remember. He played a good game there. So 3 games where he played good, the best one. City, of course, and then he disappears. He disappears again, or probably the disagreement with technical staff, with management, were increasing, and they arrive to the day of today where they make a decision of stopping with Danilo. Look, I think it would have been much better, but now it's easy to say, of course, but much better for Danilo to understand the situation, probably ask a bit more, with a bit more conviction in the summer to I find another team, to look for another team, to leave for another team. Probably it would have been better for him, for us, the supporters, for the management as well. I think we push. What I said on Twitter was easy. Was sometimes it's better to say goodbye before we say goodbye to you. This is what is happening now. Then people are asking me, Beppe, but what do you think about the situation? What do you think about Juventus, how they treat players, etc., etc.? I have some difficulties with answering that question because I always think in two sides. You have the human side and you have the management side. And I know that really well, that conflict between myself, because I have been manager for more than 20 years, managing small teams, big teams, managing teams from really close, managing teams from really distance. And I perfectly know what it is to have, as a manager, that double feeling inside. What as a man of value, what as a human person, what about respect, what about thinking about what was done, the good things, and what about the business side. So it's really difficult because you always need to take both things in consideration. Then if we think only about the human side, I will tell you, it's such a pity that it finished like that. Because Danilo, oh guys, you can say whatever you want about Danilo. But Danilo has been a player that was the first one to sign an extension of contract with Juve when the sport papers, they were sending us in Serie B. I don't know if you remember. He was the one that stepped ahead and said, look guys, take away the 50% clause of appearances. If this is a problem, take it away. It's a player that took the number 6 to remember Shirea. It's a player that always spoke well about Juve. You can say whatever you want, but in terms of respect, he always respected Juve. Then, does that mean that if it's a player that is out of the project, technical, and that's a fact. It's a player that has an importance in the locker room and is not aligned with the management, and we are speaking about the captain, does it make sense to continue? I don't know. Technical, no. Physicality at the moment, no. I think it makes no sense. I think it makes no sense to continue. The player will be sad. The club will not be happy. I think at a certain moment you need to draw a line. John Di Fiore is saying, I don't find this topic particularly interesting anymore, with respect. I understand. But there are some other people that find it interesting, and we are still speaking about an important decision, because from that decision a lot will depend. We will speak about possible new defenders. Can we get defender? Is it the right choice or not to do it right now? Because what I said to Luca Monblano when we had him on the phone a few minutes ago was, Luca, does that mean that Juventus, they already have a player, at least one player for the 3rd of January? Where he said, no, there is no player at today for the 3rd of January. What we are reading, what we are hearing is that there are a lot of contacts, a lot of players into that list. From Antonio Silva to Hancko to Tomori to Kivior, that we are not speaking a lot about, but it's still there in that list. So if we don't have it, means that we go to the Supercoppa with, at the moment, 4 players in defense, which is Savona, Gatti, Kalulu, Cambiaso, with possibly Rui, but I am not sure because the last game he was not called up because of injury. McKennie, Locatelli in defense. McKennie and Locatelli that are not defenders. Apparently Luca, he told us a bomba today, not only that Danilo was at the airport, but what was the other bomba that he told us? That Thiago Motta told McKennie, in this period, you will play as a defender. That was a big one, guys. That was a really big one. I think, no? I think that's a really big one. When we see also Danilo not playing, but McKennie playing on the left against Fiorentina for his second consecutive game, and not Cambiaso, while Thiago Motta is telling us it is a technical choice and not a physical choice, that means that we are going really in that direction. Really. Then Emiliano is saying, I'm really starting to question Motta, which is totally you're right, but don't forget discussions Danilo, discussions Rabiot are not discussions treated in first hand by Thiago Motta. It's Giuntoli that is taking care about that. Then what can he do, Thiago Motta, if Giuntoli decides that it's over with Danilo because they don't find an agreement, because Thiago Motta is not believing in him? What do you want him to do? To put, I don't know, Beppe as a left back? No, then he's obliged to find someone, and that someone is Weston McKennie. Anyway, do I think it's correct or not to stop with Danilo? As I always said, when people are not happy anymore, it needs to stop. Then I can tell you one thing is that I'm praying, I'm hoping that nothing happens to the 4 defenders that we have. I'm praying, I'm hoping, because if we lose the Supercoppa because of that, not because of Danilo, of course, but because you have no player anymore to play there in that position, it would be... It's tough. It's really tough to go to the Supercoppa with only 4 players in defense. It's a huge one. It's a tough one. Really, seriously, a tough one. I don't know if it's the right timing. Then, if you go there, let's be honest. If you go at the point of putting your captain out of the team on the 30th of December, not taking him with you for a Supercoppa that is far away from competition Serie A, it's just a competition that he could possibly have played. You never know. I'm not saying that today that we will win. You never know. Misunderstanding, a penalty that you score, you win the trophy. You finish like that and then you leave. No? You leave. And basta. You don't even come back to Torino with the airport. You go then from there, from Saudi Arabia, you take a plane and you go to Brazil to your family and you wait. At the end, if you go to the max, you finish on the 6th, on the 7th, you're gone and you don't come back, no? And at least you had 1 player in defense more. It means that we really went extremely far, I think. Extremely far into something that is broken. And sometimes you have, like these broken things that you put a bit of glue and it can hold a bit more, not long, but a bit more. And sometimes you have things that you can put whatever glue you want. It's over, it's broken. I think that's the point where we are today. I see a donation from our friend Pier Portella. Thank you, Pier. Grazie, Pier. Zirkzee off after 30 minutes and walk down the tunnel. It's a real possibility for January, I feel. We spoke about that in the beginning of the live. Of course, not everyone is there from the start, but we spoke about that before having the call of Luca Momblano. But we spoke about that, and we said that, look, this is what Juventus was waiting for. A big opportunity, even if the opportunities that Juventus is looking for as priorities are first in the defense. And only after understanding. That doesn't mean that we cannot go for 1 defender, then Zirkzee, and then closing with another defender. But the plans should already be aligned and nearly sealed before going for an offensive player because it's a lot of cash, and it should be extremely advantageous with probably a loan with a option to buy, because an obligation to buy at 50 million euro reset, forget about it, because Juventus do not have at the moment the resources to promise a high signing up front, or you have already 100% agreement back in your head that Dusan Vlahovic will leave in June 2025. And there you can possibly already anticipate Zirkzee from 6 months, because you know that Dusan is already sold and you already found an agreement, a secret agreement with the team for the next one. That could be the only possibility for a Zirkzee. Otherwise, forget about it. That's what I'm sure about. Thank you, Pier Portella. We spoke, I think, now long about Danilo. We spoke about what I think about the treatment about some players. And I repeat, according to me, as a ex-manager for more than 20 years, you have to divide business, business, human side of things, and sometimes you need to take the decision that is best for the club. And a lot of time, from the external side, we don't know what is happening, and you know better. If we arrive at that situation that far to not bring him, it means that it's totally broken. If the situation is that far, basta. You cannot bring it back, I think. Then it's better. I don't think that we will sell Dusan in the winter, except if a crazy club comes with boom money. For what reason? Because Giuntoli has been extremely clear about that. We resume the talks for Dusan from February on. Then if a big club arrives with 60 in the winter, it's time. And he agrees, of course, he's gone. Then he's gone. I already tell you, he's gone. With 45, no, not because it's not enough money. It's not enough money for the winter mercato to find 2 players offensively. And because you cannot do Dusan Zirkzee swap, it makes no sense. Then, if you take Zirkzee today to play 6 months on loan with Dusan Vlahovic, and your intention is you sell Dusan Vlahovic, you compensate Dusan Zirkzee, and you take Jonathan David for free, which I don't like Jonathan David that much, but anyway, that's your intention, that's your plan, Jonathan David for free, and him, you already have Zirkzee at home since 6 months, and on top of that, you have a Jonathan David. Then the puzzle is forming himself. But selling Dusan today, you cannot go for Jonathan David. You cannot. So you have a big problem, because you will still have the same problem. Zirkzee is new to Juve without sub. Is Pinsoglio the only Scudetto winner left in the squad? Without Danilo, we still have Perin. But again, Pinsoglio... Perin won them. Perin and Pinsoglio, they won a Scudetto, but without being protagonist, at least on the field. And they are still not protagonists today on the field in playing, even if Perin is playing a bit more than in the past. Who else won the Scudetto? Kalulu, but not with Juve. And I think that's it. Yeah. Because McKennie came right after. He came with Pirlo. Let me check, because I saw some beautiful... look at that. 4 new subscribers on the channel. Maybe it's working, huh? Just share the channel. With Danilo out, can we get a non-other EU player? No, it's a good question. But no, we cannot. That's something that I really informed myself, because I wanted to understand. No, you cannot. You cannot. You can bring per season 2 non-EU player. then in the winter you can sell 5 of them. You cannot bring new. Then if it's from Italy, yes. If it's, for example, give me a non-EU player. Let's say Pulisic. Pulisic is a non-EU player, but he's playing in Italy. So if you would love to take Pulisic, for example, you could, because he's playing already in Italy. So it's a Italy. Lukumi, what else? A lot of players that are not. Shadow is saying, whoa, Beppe, congrats, the channel is growing quickly. Quickly. Oh, you know that I didn't prepare anything, but you know that on the 1st of January, 1st or 2nd, it depends, because actually on the 1st of January I uploaded, and on the 2nd of January the video was alive, was public. So 1st or 2nd depends, but that's the 5th year of the channel. Wow. 35 in 5 years. I don't know if it's a lot or not. For me, it's a lot. For people outside, it's not really a lot. Okay, Danilo, we spoke. Zirkzee, we spoke. About Antonio Silva, the tweet of Di Marzio is... this one. Following the official opening by Jorge Mendes, the negotiation between Juventus and Benfica for Antonio Silva came alive. The Bianconero club has presented a loan offer at €5 million and an option to buy at 30. Benfica has rejected the Bianconero offer. Now Juventus should reformulate the offer to try to get the yes from the Portuguese club and provide a new defensive reinforcement to Thiago Motta. Meanwhile, the player, born in 2003, is still waiting. Jorge Mendes said it publicly. The player wants Juve, Juve wants the player, so we know it's up now to Benfica to decide. At the moment, there is no 100%. We will have to wait and see. Beppe, will you make community note like man of the match for players that come and leave? Official news. Maybe we can think about it. To make some, maybe a new template with a club to club official, something like that, an announcement. We could work on that. It's not bad, Bravo, Crepi. It's a good idea. I didn't think about it. There are some people here in the chat. I hope they are already starting working now about it. We should go with 18 months load with obligation to buy. No, that will not work. Also because if I am not wrong, you cannot loan for more than 1 year. I think that 2 years ago the rules changed about that. So it's maximum 1 year of loan, if I am not wrong. Doesn't exist anymore in Italy, more than 1 year of loan. Benjamin, I met a girlfriend in 2021. She told me that since then only 3 players remain, Perin, Locatelli and McKennie. Crazy, total, and Pinsoglio. Tell her, Benjamin, Pinsoglio. But yeah, we changed a lot. Danilo was the one, but he's leaving apparently. From Barcelona, because I always have difficulties with the one of Benfica or from Barcelona. From Barcelona, yeah, it's a name that is there as well, even if the player, after the injuries, let's understand what is the situation, what is the price, the new value. But before the injury, he was a huge, big talent. Today, you could say no, it makes no sense. Today, you could say no, it makes no sense, because Dean is a player that will probably be sold at a certain amount for 100 million euro to a huge big club, and you will regret. But 6 months ago, yes. 6 months ago, yes, because Dean is bringing you 100% cash money, profit money, because Juventus is obliged to, we know it, to be sustainable for a player that wanted to be immediately a starter. That probably, if he would have just be a bit more patient, probably today he would have been the starter of Juventus and being the starter there. He didn't want to wait. On top of that, the club said, we need to cash in. We are obliged to cash in. Where the money will come in immediately. I don't remember if it was only 18 or a bit more. I know that there is 10% of the resale. The 40 million that you're spending, 40, I don't know if we will reach 40, probably yes, on Antonio Silva is something different, because the 40 million that you're spending on Antonio Silva are first on a loan. That's what Juventus is trying, and then you go with an obligation to buy. And from the moment that it's a done deal with an obligation, you can spread that money over years. For a player that is 21, a player that already played at Euro 2024 with Portugal, that has already experience. So at today, it's a different player that you are bringing in, and you needed that cash money for a player that didn't want to stay. The relationship between Dean and Juve stopped the day that Dean forced his way out after having the 100% agreement to go on loan to play as a starter with Frosinone, to go to Mourinho at Roma. Because Dean showed again the impatience there. And probably you will be right, huh? Probably you will be right. But that's something that we couldn't promise to Dean immediately. If I am watching some mistakes that Dean did at Roma, I am 100% sure, guys, and don't lie now, that if he would have done the mistakes that he did last year at Roma, at Juve, I am 100% convinced that people would have kicked him out of Juventus, like people are already starting to speak so wrong and so bad about Savona. That is probably not a Dean Huijsen in terms of potential one day, because Dean is really exceptional, and you know what I said, and I don't take it back. Thomas, you will enjoy, huh? You will enjoy, because there was the call of Luca Monblano. But when we see Savona that is injured, comes back, and since then he's playing 5 games in a row, he's making a mistake. It's not even 100% totally his mistake in the Cambiaso slip. And I see how much people are crucifying him. I think, like, mamma mia. So don't tell me today, but Huijsen, because probably you would all be the first one to say Huijsen is a disaster. We don't want him if he did the mistake that he did at Roma last year with that penalty against Lazio, where they lost the derby, Benfica, because of his mistake, because of some really strange decisions also at Bournemouth in the beginning of the season. He was not at the level, and then because of an injury there, he's able to show his strength, and today now he is the starter. I'm not sure. No, because we want to play the next gen players, we want to give them a chance. Then if they miss one game, it's over. He's not at the level. Then it depends what you mean with he's at the level, he's not at the level. Is he at the level of a Juventus 95-96, of a Juventus 15-16? No, probably he would not have played in that team today. Like Giorgio Chiellini would not have had his chance, because that's the fun thing, Giorgio Chiellini, for example, would never have long his chance at Juve if we didn't go in Serie B. Because Giorgio Chiellini was, first of all, a left back. And then it's with Didier Deschamps that he starts to grow in that center-back position, because he was needed there, and he goes, he tries, and then he doesn't move anymore. But probably if he stayed with the Capello as a left back with Thuram, Cannavaro, center backs guys. Probably he would not have been that great as a left back, and probably at a certain moment he would have been sold to another club because he was not at the level of that 2005-2006 Juventus, and probably for the future 2006-7. So sometimes he's also made of opportunities with players like Chiellini that had the luck to develop themselves, to be tested, to do their mistakes in Serie B, then coming back in first division. You see? So we forget about that, but the Giorgio Chiellini would never have been the Giorgio Chiellini without unfortunate events. And I'm not saying that Savona will be the Giorgio Chiellini of the future, the Paolo Maldini. That's not what I'm saying, don't get me wrong. But sometimes it's normal for these players to do mistakes. But when I see the overreaction sometimes about players that, yes, it's true, are today not at the level of what we are expecting, but we are also, and that's a reality, we are also not at the moment the Juventus at the level that we want. It's a reality. Patrick, do you think that Vlahovic will go in the summer? I think yes. As easy as that. But we discussed already about it, so I don't want to repeat too much, but yes. Yeah, I think yes. Thomas, 38 pounds on the channel. They're saying Beppino, Giuntoli needs to rebuild the entire defense. Yes, it was not his plans to do it immediately, but it was his plans to start working on it on 25-26. He will have to anticipate, and hopefully that rush in anticipating because of injury will not make him do crazy mistakes. Grande Andrew. Thank you, Thomas, for 38 months. Really. Is there something else about Mercato? Because it's already 1 hour that we are speaking here. Is there something else about Mercato that we didn't mention, that we didn't speak about, that I forget to speak about? Or we move to that second part because we still have the question of Neven that I didn't forget, that I need to answer. Ciao Nino Sport, grandissimo Nino. I'm happy to see you also here. So Mercato questions, or we go to that second part? Oh, Ara, it's Tomori. I had the offer. Well, I had the offer. No, I don't have the offer. But the news that we saw today, wait, I will pin it here so that you are able to see it as well, is this one. I spoke about it today on Juventus. It's this one. So you can see it on the screen. The request of Milan is 5 million loan in January, 20 million obligation in June, 5 million possible bonuses linked to, I don't know, maybe a qualification of Champions League, or I don't know, the appearances, etc., etc. Of course, they don't want to do the mistake of Kalulu, where Kalulu is there for 3 million with an option at 17. Here they go with, okay, a bit higher, 5 million. Oh, we are speaking about 5 million for a few months. Don't forget about that. So 5 million for a few months. It's not 5 million for an entire season. Do you see the difference? For Kalulu, 3 million for the entire season. Here we are speaking about 5 million for 6 months. Not even. Yeah, 6 months. 6 months. You see? So they are smart, 5 million. And then 25 plus some bonuses linked to I don't know what. That's the offer that Milan is requesting. Makes sense also. But that was the offer of yesterday. Today with Conceição, I don't know. There is another name that I want to speak about, and then I will read the message of Colo. Is the one of Davide Calabria. No, guys, basta. With all the respect. I know. These are things that I don't want to speak about. Who has put that in the mind of... No, because, if you're following the lives in the channel, you know what I told you. I told you, Cristiano Giuntoli has a huge big soft spot for the Scudetto Milan. And I anticipated you the name of Tomori before it started to be a big one on the papers and the offer. You remembered a few weeks ago? We told you, huh? Can someone answer Natalie about Douglas Luiz? Otherwise, Natalie will be pissed off. She's asking about Douglas Luiz. And she wants an answer. Someone respond! So, answer to Natalie. Remember we said that? Well, the problem is I was thinking, okay, I was thinking Kalulu, Tomori. I was thinking about Teo Hernandez, about, I don't know, Leao, even if I'm not the biggest fan of Leao. Good player, huh? Not bad player, but I'm not the biggest fan of Leao. I was thinking about, I don't know, no, he was not there, Pulisic. Who else was there from Milan? I don't know. Anyway, I was thinking about these players. I was not thinking about Calabria. Dai, guys, basta. Then no, because every time I go with the, okay, I don't want him, I don't like him, but there is always a why. You know that this time I will do an exception. There is no why you are thinking about Calabria. Okay, I said it. That's for all the people that are always saying, Beppe, you always defend the management. Beppe, you love the management. Beppe, you are licking the ass of the management. For all the people that are saying that, Beppe, you always find a way to agree with the management. There is no agreement on Calabria. Do we agree? I said it today on the 30th of December. There is no excuse. There is no way for Calabria. Then, of course, if Calabria steps in La Continassa and he signs the contract, I will, of course, delete that video and I will be the first defender of Davide Calabria and say that he was probably the fundamental part, the key of the 21-22 Scudetto winning Milan. Obviously. Natalie, basta. Bravo Naruto. Basta, Natalie, okay? Do we want him to stay, Douglas Luiz? Absolutely yes. And he will stay. Okay, now I answer. We move on. Mamma mia, Natalie is a bit... I will be there next week. I will be in the stadium of Cristiano Ronaldo. Maybe I can ask him, do you want to come back? By the way, we have a bit of money for you. Basta, Natalie, basta Ronaldo. Something else? Colo. There was a question from Colo. Beppe, what do you think our Mercato will look like in January 31st? Your prediction. I said it last week, and now I'm even more convinced about it. 2 defenders. 2 defenders, minimum. Then, Tomori, Antonio Silva. That's 2. Antonio Silva is 1 player. Don't expect... Oh, I know Giuntoli will come. I know what Giuntoli will do. Giuntoli is able to come in front of the press conference and say, you want the 2 defenders? Here is Antonio and Silva. 2 players. Sorry guys. Okay. We move on. Here, you want the 2 defenders, Antonio and Silva. I know how it is. No, so hopefully two real different physical different players like Antonio Silva and Tomori, or Antonio Silva and Hancko, or Antonio Silva and Kivior, but we need two players, and I hope sincerely that with the fact that they agreed on letting go Danilo, it's because they have a clear idea, which at the moment the journalists are not really able to understand really where they go there. But I always said I think three players, two players defense, one player up front. Two players back and one player up front. I don't think Zirkzee. Then, they want to surprise us. Let them do, let's see. But then it should be really the golden opportunity with a loan without obligation. I don't know how crazy Manchester United is. I know they are crazy. How crazy they are, and because the guys, they don't even know. They heard that Zirkzee was doing well, and they thought he was the new Holland. It's a total different player. But let's see. But I think two players defensively, one player up front. What I always told is, I really, really, really hoped and wished that the initial plans were respected, which means one big name up front. Then Bremer and Cabal, I told you, it changed everything in the January market. Everything. Because these things were absolutely not predicted. And now they are there. Milik is not our new signing, Sasha. Here my prediction. I think it will be a name from Serie A. But there is always the name of Ismaili that is around. But Tomori is a name from Serie A. That's one of the that's a really good one. Hancko, today there is an agreement on the value. Today there is an agreement on the salary. Today there is an agreement on the length of the contract. There is the appreciation from. But if you get Tomori on a loan with obligation, and you have a Silva on a loan with obligation, with a Bremer that comes back, you have a Kalulu, forget about Hancko. Then Hancko will not come anymore because there is no spot anymore for him. No? That's what is annoying. Because with Bremer, you could have continued the entire season, and then you could have gone for a Hancko in the summer without rush, tranquillo. Now it's a total different story. That's a bit the annoying part that we have to deal with. Okay, guys. In 20 minutes, it will be the last day of the year, at least where I live. So I think it's time to go towards also other questions. Naruto. I think, even if I don't like that much Atalanta, I have never been the big, huge fan of Atalanta. But if I'm obliged to choose between Inter, Napoli, and Atalanta, Forza Atalanta. Forza with all my heart. And because I have nothing against Atalanta. No. I don't like them that much. I don't hate them. I just don't like them. No, it's not that I don't like them. I don't. I have never been a fan boy like a lot of people. No. If I'm obliged to choose Atalanta. No. Second nicest. Probably because we have the least history with them. But then if you're looking Mamma mia, this year they were annoying, on the transfer market. Mamma mia, I was even wishing that they went in Serie B. Then, from my wish that they go in Serie B, they are able to win the Scudetto. Disaster. Disaster. How many Natalie do we have today in the chat? Mamma mia. It's an opinion. It's an opinion. I already speak every time, and every time that I speak about Conte, I get angry. So let's not speak about Conte today. Not today. I know. I go to Saudi Arabia. I have been invited, not sponsored, invited, and I'm extremely happy about that. The club worker, nobody invited me. From the moment that people will invite me, maybe I will think about it. Checking. I will try to make a lot of content, of course. This is something I don't get either. The Neven question. Okay, that's maybe the good moment to take the assist for the Neven question. Get Delap. No. It's over with the tea. Don't need anymore. What are my goals for the channel in 2025? Okay. The goals are to start in 2025 a weekly live with part of a fixed team that in the beginning will change until we have the team. But a weekly, maybe on Thursday evenings, I need to check for the hour. So a weekly live with more people. That will not only be Beppe, so that we have also other faces here on the channel. That's one. Trying to bring you at least, let's start with once a month, and hopefully it can roll to have bigger persons. Everyone is as important as another, and the opinions as well, but I mean a bit more experienced people in the sector that could also join the lives. I'm just saying, Romeo Agresti in English, Luca Monblano, someone from DAZN, some people from BBC, from ESPN, whatever. Marco Messina, people from there, from CBC. You know, some people in the work would be nice. Maybe also having the opportunity to have ex-players or whatever. So one live a week with guests is, but not like we are doing or we did in 2024, just like who wants to jump in. That's something that is really something else. I really want to have a fixed one with really where we go through a lot of topics. That's one. That's a big plan. Uno. Two, I would love to have an ex-player interview here on the channel. That's something I would love to. Ex-player on the channel. I have no plans yet or no name yet. The difficulty, of course, is my generation of player, the player that I was watching in my generation at Juve. Most of them, they speak only Italian. It's difficult to bring them on the channel. The younger generation, a lot of them are speaking English, but while they are still under contract with clubs, it's extremely difficult to have them. But the player interview, I would love to. And I would try also to elevate the channel with some new content as well, like a bit more out of home, starting on the second with Saudi Arabia, even if it's true that the out of home videos, they were not responding as much on return, like Torino, like the vlog behind the goal. When you see that the vlog behind the goal, the experience where I saw the players going out of that tunnel, that vlog had 4,000 views. I was expecting really, because that was a big one. That was a real big one. I was really hoping that that one would have banged, and it didn't. Like some one football videos that were good as well, but I was expecting a bit more from them. So I need to find a formula to make the extra content maybe a bit more spicy. I don't know. The thing probably in 2024 that maybe saddened me the most was that I did a fantastic trip with hosting, meeting, having dinner with two legends of Juve like Sergio Brio, that won the Champions League with Juve in '85, and Torricelli, that won the Champions League, the last one, with Juve in '96, that were teammates. Torricelli was teammate of Alessandro Del Piero. Brio was assistant coach of Trapattoni, launched also Del Piero. That I met them, I went with them on restaurant. We had breakfast in the morning. I met the entire next gen team. We had the chance to speak, for example, with Dauda Peters, with Martin Palumbo, the one that just scored a fantastic free kick. You know how much questions I had about that trip? Zero. Maybe I die. Maybe one or two that I didn't see or that came during a live, but I was really sad is a big word, because the experience is fantastic. But it really, I don't know. Maybe I'm not good enough in selling. The expectation, the build up towards pay attention, it will be great, or maybe just people are not interested. Can be, but I don't know. I don't know. It's really strange. That one was really strange. That people do not care about the stories that they shared with me, because they shared all those stories with me. But I was really, really, how can I say, surprised about that. But it is what it is. It is what it is. No, I would, again, so for the channel, one weekly live, that's an objective. Trying to do more short content, yes, even if it takes a lot of work. Short content takes a lot of work. And you always need to check what is interesting for people. Is it a reaction after a goal? Is it a story from the past? Is it some stats? Or, sometimes I see some fantastic creators. And when I see the content that they are bringing in terms of, okay, I heard that story like 1 million times. Maybe it's because the new generation. I think like, okay, but everyone knows that. And then I see that they have like 1 million viewers. I say, how is that possible? Everyone knows that. It's an old story that they are recycling. And then all of them are repeating the same. I don't know. Maybe I should just go see something, do something. I don't know. I really don't know. Well, let's see. Football is a fantastic project that I spent a lot of time and energy on. Unfortunately, you know it. I don't have a team that is preparing the things for me. When you have a team that you are just boom, you go. I don't know. Then it goes faster and you can boom, boom, boom. But I don't like to do things half and half. I don't like that. So if I want to speak about different championships, if I want to speak about Portuguese league, then I need to at least watch a few games. If not, then it's not possible. So that's also true. That's also true. The channel is, of course, correlative to Juventus form. That's also true. I saw it as well. the interest in Juve was sky high in the summer with the change of coach. We had 10, because there are some Juventini. I had like 10,000 views per video in the summer, and then they disappear. More we play, more we disappear. It is what it is. Davide Costa says, I will be your personal assistant. If you have free time and you cost €0, of course you can help me. I don't know. The plans for you for the channel is starting with a weekly live with guests. One. The dream would be that we increase the numbers of viewers, of subs, views per video to continue to collab. Look, this year I was really blessed, thanks to you guys, because partnership with OneFootball, they have sent me to Serie A game, Juve Lazio, behind the goals, exclusive content. They have sent me to a Serie A opportunity in UK to touch the Scudetto that I didn't touch, but I watched it. I was next to him. I met Christian Vieri. It's all about numbers. It's sad to say, because I'm extremely happy with the people here, but it's extremely sad to say, but it all turns about numbers. If we cannot go to 50 at the end of 2025, it means that something is wrong, that we need to do different things. What is working, then we need to find the way. We need to find a way. No, but yeah, no, yes and no, yes and no, yes and no. Yes and no, because look, Manchester United, for example, they are doing so bad, way more bad than Juve. And they are there with a lot of channel. Of course, it's Premier League and whatever you want, but 35 is not enough. It's not enough. So we need to do much better. Okay, question for you guys. What do you expect from the channel in 2025? Because you asked me, but what are you expecting? Because at the end, it's for you that we are doing it. If it was in Italian, probably, yeah, I'm sure about that. I'm convinced, but I have decided consciously to not do it in Italian. And on the other side, it brought me a lot, thanks to the fact that it was not Italian. Probably if it was in Italian, probably I would not have had a lot of other opportunities. So I'm happy of the choice that we made. But it's true that in terms of number, if it was in Italian, probably today we would have bigger numbers. Live with fans guest, but Blago, you cannot tell me what I just told you. But okay, we will do that. Live reactions. What do you mean, Roberto, live reaction? The one that I'm doing, or you mean live in the stadium? You want to see me more dancing? I'm not sure if the TikTok dances will work for Beppe. The hair of Thuram. But you guys, you need to go with travel vlogs. That's something that I would love to do. I would love more people. Community is fantastic, but more people need to hear about the channel. Yeah, I agree. Interview with Max Allegri. I had the opportunity to interview Max Allegri. I was that close to interview Max, and then it didn't happen. On this channel in English, forget about it. That will never happen. In Italian, you never know. But in English, no. That's one of my huge big regrets, that everything was planned and then it didn't happen. C'est la vie. Sometimes, because I never tell you everything in detail. Sometimes you see that I'm a bit more pissed off. Sometimes you see that I'm a bit more happy. Sometimes a lot of things are happening behind the scenes. But one of my biggest regret is that I was that close to do an interview with Max Allegri, real live, not from here, real live. And then it didn't happen because of XYZ. happens. But that's a big pity. That's a big regret I have. C'est comme ça. C'est comme ça. It is what it is. Videos about Juve history, behind the scenes story are not working that much, except if you are doing it in a short, really fast, but long format videos about the past do not work. Already tried. As a loyal viewer, I would like maybe more games, predictions, maybe when some important players leave, the farewell video will be made. I missed that for Allegri. It's true. I said I would do it for Allegri, and then I decided to not do it immediately. For what reason? Because I want that video, people are able to digest it and taking the best out of it, because there will be some good things that will be said, there will be some bad things that will be said. Then that I didn't say goodbye to Allegri is not true. I said thank you and goodbye to Allegri, but that I didn't do a dedicated video, it's totally correct, Benjamin. But I decided that sometimes you need to take into consideration that there are moments and moments, and if I need to do a video right after he leaves, to open that video and reading, especially on the 17th of May, or let's say the 18th of May, to only read Max out, happy that you left and you were mediocre and you are a dinosaur, I think it would have been really, really sad. For me, I'm personally taking things a bit more emotional. Would not have been correct. Sometimes it's even better to let time go. Already today, there are a lot of people that are much more calm in how they analyze the difficulties of the period of Max. And I think that today people are a bit more ready. Not everyone still. So sometimes time is healing, and doing a video just to do a video when it's not the right moment, sometimes it's even bad to do. That's why I didn't do it for Max, for example. And then you know how it goes. From the moment that 1 week, 2 weeks, 1 month has gone, then you say, okay, I want to do it, but Mercato, Thiago Motta, and you focus on this and you focus on that. When is the right moment? And you don't have it because you play 2 times a week. Because it's true. It's true. No, it will not happen. Forget about that. Why not do a Serie A? A series of poll or a questionnaire for the subscriber for feedback on channel performance. Could be, even if the people, you know what was the problem? I think the people that are following, that are here in the lives, the 250, the 300 people, when it's not Mercato, that are following the live, most of the people are happy with the live. Of course, they see an improvement here, a possibility there, because you can always improve. But most of the people are loyal and happy. And these are also the people that will take time to fill in a questionnaire. What we need to do is actually finding the way to reach the people that are not finding the channel. That's an important thing. And these people, they will probably not answer the questionnaire. Arif, let's face it, Beppe, you're a smart, logical person that wants to succeed that way, with knowledge. But nowadays, craziness with stupidity, I know it. And you're only a 8.2367, what is that? And you're only a 8.236. That last, if someone can explain me, I would love it. Out of 10. Ooh, that's already a lot. That's already a lot. 8.23671. That's already a lot. But it's true, of course. Young people, beautiful people. sportive people, people that are also living in the country, they have much more opportunities. Of course, of course, of course, that's true. And craziness is working with viral things. Of course. Then you choose a way to do it on the channel that is different. Of course, it's a reality. But I'm conscious about that. But it's true. It's true. Then selling the channel in being something crazy or going with the flow with I'm not out if today I made a video why do I think Motta should be sacked. I'm sure that we have tomorrow 25,000 views on that video. Then you can lie and you can say something totally different in the video, or you can say just because at that moment you're angry and you want him out, and tomorrow you say, no, but let's give him a chance because he's doing well. But no, no. Let's pray. No, guys, let's not exaggerate. I think 8.2 is already overestimation of Beppe. Oli is telling me, Beppe, look at my message. Which one, Oli? Let me check the message of Oli. 10 on 10. I know that's Daniel White, but why do you have the same pictures? No, Oli is a different picture. Oli is celebrating with the Azzurri. Where is Oli? Donde sta Oli? It's like a bit where is Charlie? Oli, look at my message. Look at my... Yeah, but if every time you write, look at my message, how can I find it? I need to go back in the... I don't understand. Guy looks like you... I don't understand. The guy like you who puts in a lot of efforts, but you get less views than a person that I saw on TikTok who was balancing a burger on life. The new generation has no attention to spend. But that's also what is working, guys. It's a new world. It's a new generation. Maybe I should do burgers as well. Goldrich is renting, and Manchester United got more followers. We are Juve. But guys, let's not try to solve these kind of things. These are the things that are totally normal. I'm just asking what kind of concept are you missing on the channel that you would love to see, not why the channel is not growing. The channel will grow. What do you want to see that you say, it's totally crazy? I want to see that. Like, for example, organizing a Mr. Beast version of a GJustjuve with all the people live, and we do a huge big game. That would be fantastic. Imagine that. Maybe you can join other bigger Premier League focused channel to represent Serie A and Juve, like to discuss, but they don't care about Serie A. Mercato opportunity, like when Kulu went to Spurs. Yeah, that's something. Yeah. Inviting also more, like we did in the past, a bit more people when we are interested in their players or when we are playing against them in Champions League. Something that I need to take moment to really, for example, now. Let's send a message to Rabona TV and ask him to come and speak us about Antonio Silva. That's important. Our people are asking, can someone please tell me how from an iPhone subscribe to the GJustjuve membership? It's super easy. You go on YouTube, or you are already on YouTube, of course. You go into the description, and I believe the 5th or 6th or 7th line, it will be written, join the membership. You click on it, and via there, you can do it. By the way, we are the last day of the year, 2024, officially, in Belgium, where I live. So, it's the end. It is the end. The last day of 2024. Last day of 2024, guys. Aldo needs to go to sleep. Buonanotte, Aldo. Do you have a curfew? A what? I have no idea what this means. Where will you celebrate the new year? With my family. Chill, calm. Because then I need to do my luggage on the 1st. Because on the 2nd, I'm leaving. I didn't prepare anything. Disaster. Looking back on the year, what are Juventus-related regrets for the past year, Beppe? More regrets, of course, than beautiful things. The most beautiful thing, of course, was the victory in Coppa Italia. You know what was my biggest regret? Wait. Charlie saying, your live podcasts are boring. They have been boring for as long as I can remember. Try to improve by making it more engaging or stop doing it altogether. It's a good one. But why are they boring, Charles? That's important to know. It's a really good one. But like this, you're not helping me. If you tell me why they are... No, it's not mean, guys. It's not mean. It's really good. It's really good. Because if Charles feels like that, it means that maybe we have an opportunity to understand it. Why it's boring, why it's not boring. But he needs to tell me why. Because only if he tells me, Beppe, they are boring because you don't give any news of Mercato. Then I can tell him we had today one of the guys that is taking a Mercato on the phone, which no other English Juve channel is able to do at the moment. Calling and having someone on the Mercato. If he tells me, Beppe, your lives are boring when we announce a player because it's not funny that you are celebrating too much when a plane is arriving. Then I can tell him, no, because of this. Beppe, this is boring. Then I can tell him, you're right. This is maybe missing. But I need to understand what is boring, what is not boring. Then, of course, don't forget, guys, that the live session here, we are here, I think, nearly 2 hours in terms of speaking. It is midnight. I have neighbors that are sleeping. So if you expect me at 43 years old to do a backflip, then it's not the right channel for you, because I am not, what's the name? Speed. Because I'm not 20, guys. I am not 20. And I'm also mentally sane. That's different. Then, of course, he will have millions. But it's a really good one. But I'm expecting Charles now to tell me, because otherwise we will not go through. If he doesn't tell me why, then it's unfortunately a comment that I will need to... It could have been a fantastic opportunity to go, to improve. Charles, if you're right, then we will read you. If not, unfortunately, you will not help the channel. It could have been good, huh? Could have been good. No, but I think it's, guys, it's not about... I think that Charles is giving a really, really, really good comment. If he finds and he feels that it's boring, maybe we need to change something. They are boring because it's not engaging enough. But, you know, I've watched and seen a lot of lives where you see a lot of people together. They are speaking about Premier League, about Serie A, about whatever. Also non-football, where you see a lot of people, they are speaking with themselves, and the chat is just going like that, where there is zero attention to the chat. Maybe sometimes they give a moment of chat, like the 5 minutes of the chat, while I have consciously decided since the beginning of the live to do a lot of lives alone. For what reason? Because my lives are me with the chat. I have not a lot of time when I go with these lives, a schedule, a planning. I go with the flow, with what people ask, what they want. So I think in terms of engagement, I think you're, personally, Charles, I think you're wrong. I don't think there is another channel that is doing as many lives on one-on-one with the chat. I believe. When we will do in 2025 these lives with guests, there will not be as much time for the chat. There will be some moments where I will pick some questions, but it will not be an engaging interaction with the chat 24/5 because you are busy with guests and because you cannot. You take just only a few comments, probably the ones that are doing the donations. So I don't think it's a valid comment, this one. Because what I'm doing now, for example, since 1 hour 48, is speaking. Inter is saying, I never sub because you never leave room for opinion different for yours. It's not true. It's not true. I don't give room for opinions that are making no sense in terms of the way that they are formulating, or repetitive ones, or that's where I don't, or they're not respectful, then I don't. If you read your nickname, if you start with the nickname, guys, with all the respect, with all the respect, that's the ultimate goal. Would be beautiful, but that's impossible. Let's forget about that. For example, I take the criticism. I love, but you are not obliged to sub. You are not obliged to sub. You are not obliged to become a member. You have your opinion about criticism. Like some people are saying, I like Rashford. I don't like Rashford. I like Greenwood. I don't like Greenwood. I don't think that I ever banned someone that wrote Allegri out, or I spoke about it, but I give you my opinion. Then if you want to change my mind, it's difficult also to change my mind because you're writing and I am speaking. So it's difficult. Anyway, Charles, you can make this podcast more engaging with some good questions we all can talk about instead of complaining. No, but Charles is probably a good guy, huh? He has an opinion, but the problem is that I cannot take it as a building criticism because at the moment it makes no sense. Anyway, that's, for example, something that I need to pay attention for. That's a promise that I try to make in 2025, is trying to avoid provocative people. But you know what I'm saying sometimes to myself? When I'm really, because it happens a lot of time when we just play a game, we didn't win, we lose. I'm a fan. I'm not a journalist. I'm a fan. And I'm really emotional. And when we don't win, I am more angry than a lot of you. Not all of you, because but I'm more angry. And I need to speak. And sometimes I have you know what I will do? I will put the member-only chat. Because at least then I know that 99.9% of the members of the channel, at least they care about the channel and they know me, and they know that they don't have to start with provocative questions, and at least you avoid the trolls. And then before starting, I say, it's not correct. because you have a lot of people that unfortunately they don't have the money. Some people are living in countries where it's not allowed. Some people are young. Some people just want to speak or some. And I say it's not correct. It's not correct. Of course, I give priority to the people that are members. I read the message. I see them also because they are in another color in the program that I'm watching. But it's not correct. And then I let them say, and then I regret because I said I slipped on the comment that I just should have ignored. It's a pity, yeah? I know. But guys, try to do it consistently. Since now, how long? I believe nearly 5 years, maybe 4 years consistently that we are doing post games live, and we are in probably the most difficult period of Juve. Sometimes it's tough, huh? To keep your nerves, and then you see a message from someone that you say, "Mamma mia!" It's true, huh? It's true, but it's something that I really, really need to grow in that one. 100% sure. Yeah, of course. In the very beginning of the live, Steve. Even if you did make it more structured, it would be a trade-off because it would be harder to engage with the fans in the chat. I think your goal or more guests will build more engagement and synergy. Probably, yeah. I don't know. I don't know if it's a must. But guys, Mohammed El Shahali is a fantastic friend of me that is doing a fantastic work on Telegram. But he has a huge, big job. He's an intelligent man. It's a people that I respect so much. He's traveling the world. He's in the planes. He's there. He has a family with beautiful daughters. He has a wife. At a certain moment of his career, he received a promotion where he had a lot of job. He's working, I don't know how many hours a day. And he finds the time because he loves to do it for the community to report in Telegram. But he says, Beppe, when I do something, I want to do it well. And if we need to come here, I need to prepare the slides, but not just going with highlights. I need to watch the game. Sometimes these guys, he was watching like, I don't know, games of Como when they were in third division or something like that. And it's just better not to do it. And also consistency. That's a word that we are using a lot. If you are doing it just one time here and then not, then finding someone that can be consistent in that for the future, why not? I'm immensely grateful for the job that is doing more on Telegram. Then people, they have a life, huh? Oh, no? I didn't say thank you to Juvefino, mamma mia. Thank you, Juvefino, for becoming a new member. Thank you, Massimo Lesti, 29 months. Maybe they need more structured and not just train of thoughts, like how sports. Maybe. Like a bit Sky Sport, but then it's not YouTube anymore. That's why, if it's like sport TV, then you have the channel in the morning, the videos in the morning. In the morning, for example, its structure is bam, 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 pages here, pages there. Then you have all the news that you want. If we go with the problem is if you go with structure during a live, a one-on-one live, more you limit the comments, because then I will see, for example, some people I will say Zirkzee. Zirkzee was here on the list, and first you had 10 names. What do you do with that comment? That's a difficult one. Grazie, Pavel. You can make a pre-match video with fans channels of the opponent. Yeah, but I need to find people that I really trust that are good enough. I don't know Monza supporter that speaks English. I don't know a Como supporter that speaks English. I know Milan fans that are speaking English. Inter fan, yes, but then the last time they invited for a pregame, Uncle Sharma, that is my good friend, then we lost against Inter. And I said, no, he brings bad luck, this guy. So I will invite it for a lot of things, but not before. Inter is now changing the version. Inter is saying, attenzione, because when I said that you don't give them room for opinion that differs from yours, is because you don't invite anyone live to debate with you in person. You know that I have had a live show for one entire season with different guests every week. I think that people enjoyed being with me, and I'm super open for all the different things. If I don't invite a lot of people on the channel, it's conscious. It has always been conscious. Not because I don't like some people that I have other ideas. It's because I want people that I'm trusting that are good enough to bring you something. Because my channel has always been about trying to be qualitative and quantitative. If it's just to be quantity, I don't like that, you know. But it's true, that's what I told you. In 2025, I want, before you started with your comments, I told you that's my plan for 2025. Harry is saying, Beppe, you can attract more Juve fans by commenting on Juve videos. This is what Celine does. I know. Celine is the GOAT, huh? Celine the GOAT. I'm not the GOAT. But, you know what annoys me? It's going under a YouTube video of Juve to write a comment that makes no sense, with the only intention to be sneaky and to say, come to my channel. That's why I'm commenting. I'm not commenting because I love Juve. I'm commenting because I want you to come to my channel. I know it's important. I know it's part of the game, but I'm not like that. If I comment something, guys, then I want to do it because I really mean it. If I need to go and say, hey, Forza Juve, under a video where we lost 3-0, or next time will be better, like Bonucci, for example, black and white picture with we will learn our lesson, just because I need to post something. No. Good question. I don't know in Houston how much they need to work before retirement. Hey, Jim. You know, for example, one of the things that I always took, but I know it's stupid. I know it's stupid, but that's something. Since I started the channel, for example, I always said I don't want to put, for example, a shirt on Twitter, on Instagram, like if you send it to 3 friends, it will bring you good luck, and if you subscribe to Ben channel, you can maybe win the shirt. Because I never wanted, but it's really a value thing. It's really a personality thing. Everyone is doing it. So, but I've never wanted to attract people and let them come because there is something to win. I have always, when I able to, with the money I have always preferred to offer. Like, for example, now we have 195 person. Okay, the first one that comment the letter blah, he will win a shirt. I prefer to offer something to someone that is here, that is loyal, that is deserving, that is supporting me with a membership, with a donation, I prefer like rewarding people instead of here, if you give it to three people, then you can win no, because a lot of people, they will probably just subscribe to your channel because they want to win the shirt, and they will never be loyal to the channel. They will nothing. They will do zero for your channel. I don't like that, but it's probably wrong, because it's working. It's working for a lot of people. No, I'm not here to speak about other channels. No. I think it's something that is a thing that a lot of people are doing. So I'm not criticizing someone. It's just a different approach of doing it that I am wrong, not the people that are doing it. I am wrong because, for example, what I did the last time that I offered a shirt, I organized a quiz. You remember? I asked who wants to participate. There were 8 people that we took, and I said because there were 8 members of the channel, and they played the game. You remember? It was a really nice evening, and at the end, one won a shirt. I told him, you want last season or you want wait and having the new? He said, I want to wait and having the new. The shirt has been gone there, but it was Salvatore, for example, a member of the chat. I prefer doing like that. At least you have interaction. You see people happy. I see the face of someone that is happy to win. I prefer like that. Or Daniel Perone, one day, I said, guys, do a number. I don't remember what it was. There was a member of the channel. Boom, Daniel Perone, shirt up, going to you. He was super happy. I took one with, I don't remember, no. No. Fagioli. Took Fagioli, for example, shirt of Fagioli. I really love to do it like that. Because I say, at least the people that are here, every time when it's tough, when it's difficult, these people, they really have a chance to win something. If I do, let's win, but maybe I will do it in the future. Maybe I will do it because it works, and I know that sponsors are looking at the numbers. It's a pity, but it's the reality. Grande Jake, grandissimo Jake. Thank you, my friend. The quiz was good. I loved it. Thank you, Jake. Mufid, you have really great values, Bebe. Yeah, but these values are probably old school, are not fast enough, are not good enough. We need to do better. I think it's difficult on Twitch, on a YouTube channel. On a football channel. It's really tough. Really, really difficult. Yeah. Roberto Gallo was. Yeah, I think. Yeah. Bep, as a USA Juventino, you do the best job of sharing about the club. I love, and it's very hard to hear about my club here in USA. So thank you for your work. Thank you, Jake. Really, really, really appreciate it, my friend. Oh, ragazzi, stop complaining, because I didn't want to complain, actually. I didn't want to complain or to go with these kind of... I really want actually to say, what do you miss? What are the plans? The plan is to going bigger and better and to make it even more exciting. That's the plan. Let's close it like that. Pippo Zima, Beppe, I'm still newish. Do you explain how you get to great swag from Juventus Adidas? Did you explain how you get that great swag from Juventus Adidas? What do you mean, that great swag? What is the swag? This, you mean? You have to know that 98% of what I have from Juve, 98% of what I have, let's say 95% of what I have from Juve, I paid with my money, with my own money, at full price, no discount. No, I work, and then I go online like everyone, and I buy it, or I go to the Adidas store, and I buy it. 95%. Or sometimes I go to vintage stores. For example, I have that jacket that I didn't even put on. Disaster. I need to put that jacket on. Anyway, so I buy. Then there's a fantastic person, Nino here. Nino in the chat. I don't know if he's still watching or not. He was here earlier, and you saw the videos. He said, Beppe, I want to help you. I want to help you. And last time, because he has 3 stores in USA, he said, I want to help you. I have some products from Juve in my store. I want to send some of them to you. So extremely thankful for Nino. And then Adidas, I said it last time, they contacted me last time for the product of that collab of NASA, Juve NASA, which was a fantastic collab. And they said, Beppe, we appreciate the work that you are doing in this. Let us send you a gift. But except of that, I buy everything. I buy everything. That's something I would love to do. Go to Malta. Daniel White. I would love to do that. Maybe one day I should go on holiday with my wife and then taking one day, one day to meet all the people there. Watching a game maybe would be nice. I would love. Thank you for your donation, Daniel. Then I will invite my friend. What's her name? I forget. What's her name? My friend from Albania. Help me, guys. The one that is presenting the Champions League. No, the one that is presenting the Champions League. Eva Murati. Then I will invite her on the channel so we can speak. No, Dua Lipa, I don't know. Eva Murati, I know. I know. Dua Lipa, no. Dua Lipa. You're crazy, guys. You're crazy. If I know, yeah, of course I know. Of course I know. We write sometimes on... I even have the phone number of Eva. Yeah. You're jealous now, huh? Yeah, I see you're jealous. Grande Berish. Thank you for the donation, my friend. Wish you the best in 2025 to all of you. To all of you. To all of you. Best 2025. Not 2025. Not 2025. Now, Cassano for Beppe would not be a nice collab because I told you that I would love to bring quality. Cassano is really the opposite of quality, with all respect, at least far from the field. No, I will not give you the phone of Eva Murati. You will love, huh? I have, because we are following each other on Instagram, she sent me the number, the WhatsApp number. You know the truth? I have it, of course. But you know that I didn't even, I don't know if I recorded it or not. We speak sometimes on Instagram, but I never contacted or tried to contact her on WhatsApp. Look, guys, I have recorded. You see? You don't see the number, right? I know, you don't see the number. You see? You know a funny story? I even have the number of Barzagli. I never send a message to the number of Barzagli, but I have his number. Wait, let me check if I saved it or not. Yeah, I have. Look, I never. Maybe it changed because there is not anymore the picture. Let me check. Maybe I don't know. I never tried, but there is no picture anymore. So I don't know if it's a business phone or it's it changed maybe in the mean. I don't know. But I have the number of Barzagli. Maybe it's still the same. It's just not using a picture. This yeah. If I leak the phone numbers, maybe I will have some more views. I don't even know if he speaks English. Andrea. What happened between me and Marco? Are you crazy? Nothing. It's my great friend. Look, we are writing, I think, once a week. If not, it's the last message. I cannot show you, then you will see the conversation. But the last message was Friday, 20th of December. Then before that, it was on 17th of December. 15th of December. 12th of December. 7th of December. 6, 4. Let me check. Because he was in Turin. And then 27th of November, 13th of November, 3. At least every 2 weeks. At least every 2 weeks. No, we speak a lot with Marco. Then why do I never invite Marco? Because he's a fool, because I don't want to disturb, because he has his views, I have mine, because a lot of time we don't agree with each other. We are super friends, and I think he's a fantastic person, sincerely. I really believe that he's a fantastic human being, but on football, a lot of time we disagree. I think we disagree on 95% of the things about football. The last time I think we said we agree on something. I don't know what it was. I said I 100% agree with you, and he said then I need to here. I'm not joking, I'm not joking. Look, this you can see here with Marco. I said this 1000% agree with all you said. Doesn't happen a lot of time. And then he said, now I'm scared I'm wrong. 1 step forward, 2 steps back. You see, I'm not lying, So no, I don't know why people think something happened between me and Marco. I love Marco. Nero is coming. I hope so. I would love to, but I don't think there is any chance. We have a good news. Alfredo Pedulla, Davide Calabria to Juventus is pure fantasy. Juventus is not interested. There has not been any contact and will not have them. Instead, Como has made a very concrete proposal and Juve is not there and it won't be there. Bravo, Alfredo Pedulla. And thank you to Artigno 10 to report it to me. Bravo. No, guys, I don't. But first of all, I cannot watch the shows because I live in Belgium, so I cannot. But I see the parts that are posting sometimes. Yes, they are on television. I am on YouTube. And that means that they did good things. They have probably good takes, and I have not enough good takes as them. So, but I will never allow myself to say you should do this, this, this. Then when we speak about football, I say you understand nothing about football, and he says you understand nothing, and I say you don't understand, and I don't agree with you, and you don't agree. But that's something else. Agreeing or not with someone is one thing. Telling people what they should do, no, that's a step too far. No, 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 no. That's not. I think it's not okay. It's not okay. If you start, no, it's. I think it's disrespectful. No, if you start saying people what they have to do, but no, no, I know, but there's some people they really mean it. Huh? Some people they really, really mean it. Who is my favorite Serie A commentator? Who is Manuel Pascali? I have no idea who that guy is. But what country are you speaking about, guys? You have to know that the football games I'm watching them of Juve, I'm watching them without sound. Why? Because I'm commenting. English. I watched. I believe I was in UK. I was watching Juve playing. I listened to the commentary. I wanted to take the. It was with a lot of people. I wanted to take the remote and put mute. It's disgusting. It's really bad. It's really bad. It's extremely bad. And then I'm also watching Premier League sometimes in English, and it's not the tempo. It's another way of commenting. I'm used to Italian commentary full of passion. We go. I love more the Spanish way, the Argentinian way. Even the Arabic way is fantastic in terms of passion. The only thing is in Arabic I don't understand, so I don't know how good it or it's just vibes. I don't know because I don't understand the language. But English is extremely not made for me. It's really not made for me because it makes me sleep. Because it's there is one voice only. There is no intonation. There is no passion. There is except when they score, then you. But no, really, really bad. Really bad. But also it's not only because they are commenting Serie A and they don't care about the league. It's not that, because even Premier League, it's extremely like fitness. This thing, it's finesse. It's really monotone, and they even tell you a lot of good facts. They speak about the game. They tell you, but it's really monotone. Except when they score a goal, then they go a bit higher or of course at the 95th minute, it's a lot of passion from one side, and it's a pity because it's a championship, honestly, where they go from here to there. So they have a lot to comment. If I would comment a real Premier League game in a stadium, I would go crazy. I mean, there is always something happening. Bah, 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 bah. I would go crazy. I would make sure that I lose 2 kilos after one commenting. At the end of the season, I would be like, Zambruno was fantastic. Zambruno, I have followed the courses of commentator of Zambruno. Then I never took the opportunity to go and do it in a stadium. Really, I would love to. That would be a nice challenge. But Zambruno is a good friend of me. I work with him together at Juve. I followed the courses, so he was my professor as a commentator. Fantastic commentator and fantastic person as well. Zuliani, good friend, good commentator as well. Diverse in style than Zambruno, but really great as well. Then For example, I listened to the highlights of Serie A. I don't know who's that person, so with all the respect to that person, at a certain moment he says things like, and he scores a goal against Fiorentina, the archie rivals of Juve. The rivals of what? Fiorentina is not a rival of Juve. Fiorentina is not a rival of Juve. They think that we are their rival, but we don't care about them. I mean, Fiorentina is not a rival of Juve. And I feel that it's a lot of people that they follow the league, but they are younger. They don't really know the history. They don't go in depth. They know a bit the Serie A. Like, they know the Serie A, the vibes, there is not really that culture of understanding. But no, but since when Fiorentina? For them, they hate us. But we don't care about Fiorentina. We never cared about them. Never. Never. Then, of course, you play against them, you want to beat them. Because they hate you, so you want to beat them. Even more because they hate you. And because they are really vocal in hating you. I don't care about Fiorentina. It's not a rival. For what? In what is Fiorentina a rival to Juve? But it's even before the Baggio time that they are angry. They are angry for other things about this possible Scudetto. They were not even born. It's just because they have in mind that they are angry about Juve. They don't even know why they are angry about Juve. It's just like that. But anyway, in Italy, it's like that. It's anti-Juve. But if you're speaking about, Bologna. Bologna, they hate Juve. For what? Boo. Cagliari, they hate Juve. What? Boo. They hate just Juve. It's like that. All of them. And they all invent their own stories. Like Napoli. Oh, bravo, Crepi. Napoli is not a rival of what? They won 3 Scudetti. Napoli is not a rival of Juve. They have been a few years with beautiful duels. The Maradona-Platini era. But then, that 1 year of Sarri, because they came right behind us, because they lost the Scudetto in the hotel. But that's not rivalry, eh? They won. They were there. They lost even. Then they won one time with Juve that was not even participating with the minus 15, minus 10 point. But it's not rivalry. Then I don't like them because at the moment they are doing well, or because that's another story that you like, that you dislike, that you don't like the president, that they are speaking too much, that they have fans that are. That's something else. But rivals, no. You want the real rivals? It's Juve Inter. Juve Milan. Milan Inter. That triangle is real rival. Beppe, any truth about Juve wanting Kiel? I don't know where you saw that, but that's 0.0.0.0 truth. Inter wants Chiesa. That's truth. For free. On loan. Dai, we close. Bravo Salvatore. We spoke about you earlier. About the quiz, etc., etc. We see each other tomorrow morning for the video. We'll try to give you even more news about the Danilo situation, etc., etc. And then, of course, don't forget to wish a fantastic, beautiful, happy birthday to the channel in 2 days on the 1st. And then prepare yourself, maximum of interaction, maximum of subscriptions, because we go to Saudi, and hopefully we go to the final. Here we go, 35,211. Mamma mia. We see each other tomorrow morning. Ciao Neven, ciao a tutti, buona. I was about to say buona Pasqua, which means happy Easter, but I don't know why I was about to say that. We see each other tomorrow. Ciao, forza, Juve. Ciao ragazzi, ciao ragazze, ciao Juventini, and